I watched the Trump press conference today, so you don't have to. I have a couple of pointers that I wrote down, and we're going to talk about it. So, first thing, he was signing an executive order for price gouging. Okay, so those of you guys who are using bots to purchase tickets on Ticketmaster and all these other websites to then go around and sell them for thousands of dollars, they're on to you. So he signed an executive order to stop that. So we're going to see where that goes. Another point, they said something about Trump potentially running for a third term. He said he's heard it before. He doesn't seem to be really that he really cares about it. He just said something along the lines of, I've heard about it, but honestly, I just want to get things done right now. He said a lot of these countries have been scamming us for eons, for years. And so his purpose right now in his current term is to stop it. Trump believes that the United States will be able to make about $5 trillion in investments during his term. He says that we've already done, 3.5 trillion already within 2 months. And so he's thinking that it's going to reach at least $5 trillion. Trump says, remember, there are no interests or there are no tariffs if you build in the United States. You get a reduced interest if you purchase a car made in the United States. And he's talking about the tax deduction on cars made in the US. The subject on tariffs came up a couple of times during this executive order signing, and it only makes sense because a lot of things are, pending the tariffs, and he's saying that the tariffs are going to be starting on Wednesday. So be on the lookout for that. But he said that he was talking about reciprocal tariffs. We charge them what they charge us. So he kept repeating that. He wanted everyone to know we are not charging them anything more than they are already charging us. He claims that these countries are basically taking advantage of the United States. They're charging way more tariffs than we are charging them. So now he's saying that his goal is to make it even. And he's saying that countries like India and a few other countries have been reducing their tariffs on the United States. He said Canada and Mexico are bringing in hundreds of thousands of cars into the that Canada and Mexico are bringing in hundreds of thousands of cars into the market to avoid tariffs on Wednesday, right? And so they're bringing in incomplete cars, like cars that don't have any hoods on them, cars that literally are not fully complete because they're trying to hurry up and rush in these vehicles and these things into the United States to avoid. He said he's going to consider putting a tariff on Russian oil if they don't stop sending troops to the Ukraine. He's saying there's a lot of lives that are taken during this war, and he's saying that he will do something about it. He also said, he asked himself a question like, what is the U.S., what's the purpose of the U.S. helping and being involved in this war? And he was saying he just doesn't like to see lives taken. So take that with a grain of salt. So Trump is still considering banning the app TikTok. He's saying that April 5th is a new date where the TikTok app may be banned if they don't sell it to a U.S. company, or they just have to accept being banned. Now, he did also say that he loved TikTok. He believes that TikTok is the reason why he won the election, and that he was able to win a lot of youth over because of TikTok. So he says he can extend it if he wanted to, but he doesn't really care to do that. He was talking about Tiger Woods' relationship with somebody. I don't really know what that is all about, but he's in support of it. He said a lot of countries will drop tariffs. So like I said, tariffs kept coming up a lot. He talked about Austin Tice, who was the news reporter or the journalist that got kidnapped in Syria in 2012. And so Trump says that they've been looking for him. There are no signs of him. There are a lot of dead ends, no sighting, and he was kidnapped in 2012. And he was also mocking what's that man? Biden. He was also mocking Biden, saying that Biden didn't really do anything to help look for this journalist, and it's been many years now, and he's kind of alluding that he's gone, but we don't know. He also talked about his great relationship with Kim Jong Un and how he thinks he's a very smart guy, and that he has a country that has a lot of nuclear weapons, so it's a great, I don't know, relationship to have. He said he didn't used to like him. Obviously, as we all know, they didn't agree. They didn't see eye to eye, but eventually, I guess they're cool now. So I guess Trump is really cool with Kim Jong Un. So apparently there were 17 deportations to El Salvador overnight. He said focusing on really bad people. He's focusing on deporting only really bad people. And he said that a lot of people voted him in to office on the basis of these deportations happening. So it seems like it's not going to stop anytime soon. So Elon Musk's term on Doge is supposed to be 130 days. We are nearing that 130-day mark. And so they asked Trump if he believes that Elon should, eventually leave after that 130 days is up, or is he going to continue his term? And Trump says he loves Elon. He thinks Elon is a genius. He thinks that he would love to have Elon remain with Doge, but he understands that Elon has a company to run, so he should go back to running his business. He also says that it's unfair. It's unfair how Elon is being treated with the whole Tesla situation, but I guess it is what it is. Now he's also talked about the soldiers that went missing in Lithuania. They found the soldiers, 4 of them. 3 of them have already passed away, and then 1 is still missing, but it's not declared whether or not the person is still alive or not. Apparently the vehicle is like a huge like construction type of vehicle, sunk in the swamp and in Lithuania, and so that's what happened to those 4 soldiers. And the last thing he talked about was Saudi Arabia. So they were asking about his relationship with the King of Saudi Arabia, and he said that during his previous term, Saudi Arabia bought, or they paid, or they invested $450 million on American goods during his last term. And so this term, they agreed to spend close to $1 trillion on American goods this year. So he does believe that it is going to work, because the last term it worked. And so this time he knows that they're going to stick to their word, because they have a lot of money and they have a lot of oil money. He says America is also rich too, but now it's a good relationship to have, because these kings and these countries are willing to invest in the United States goods. And he said he also wants to build relationships with the UAE and Qatar. So he said that them investing in these companies in the United States will create a lot of jobs. And that's how he looks at it with the investment into the United States. And that's it for my TED Talk.